What's going on, guys? Welcome to Everything Always. My name's Michael Roman, aka Allfires, and this morning we have three amazing updates about Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, ironically all coming from separate industry insiders and trusted industry insiders at that, one adding to the pile of confirmations of a returning X-Men character from the now defunct Fox universe. We have a separate altogether confirming the return and cameo of a fan favorite character and really where the madness in the multiverse all started, as well as a separate industry insider still confirming the inclusion of Ghost Rider in the upcoming film and adding some details to how that scene may go down. We're breaking down everything, the inclusion of Professor X, Loki, and Ghost Rider in the upcoming Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. But first, if you could maybe consider hitting the subscribe button. We're still giving away a PlayStation 5, what is really like our 10th or 15th PlayStation here in the last 3 years at 900,000 subscribers, as well as tickets to go see Eternals over the next couple of weeks. So if you want to be entered to win, all you have to do, hit the subscribe button, leave a comment down below, and if you want, stick around to the end of the video. We'll get into all the giveaway stuff again there. So of course, the normal and customary spoiler warning. I remind you guys to take anything that doesn't come directly from Marvel Studios with a grain of salt. However, in today's case, and with all three separate reports, these are coming from trusted industry insiders who have proven and very good track records. I literally have been re-reporting on these guys for over 2 years, watching a ton of their scoops come true in one way or another. So if this is in any way going to ruin Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, Marvel Phase 4, only you know if you're susceptible to this kind of thing. You might want to back out now. Now let's start with the most recent of the three updates in the last 24 hours. This getting tweeted out by the account Vampire Anon at Viewer Anon, and don't let the name fool you at all. Anonymous is not what's going on here. He's been leaking stuff for, again, 2 years. Most of it's come true. He posted this: I am now 94.9% sure that Patrick Stewart is in Doctor Strange 2, again adding to the confirmations that we're getting him in this upcoming film. Now, in a story we actually didn't run here at the channel because we didn't get a chance to that week with how Spider-Man No Way Home news was, there were actually two pre-effects or pre-viz shots, as they're called, that leaked out that seemed to indicate this. One of which showed Professor X going up against Scarlet Witch. The second of which, and more recent, showed Professor X having two Ultron bots leading Doctor Strange up to him. But also, these Ultron bots seem to be glowing green, what we saw recently in the Multiverse of Madness, indicating it would be Dr. Zola and some crazy offshoot. Now, one of the other reasons I didn't run those pre-effects pre-viz here at the channel, mostly because they might have been real, and that's the kind of stuff that gets you a copyright strike. Quick side note, guys, I'm adding this in post. I went ahead and searched up that photo. It's still everywhere of Doctor Strange with the green Ultron bots and Professor X. If you somehow haven't seen it and want to check it out, I'll leave a link down in the description in the comments over to my Instagram, and I'll post it over there. Again, if somehow you haven't seen this, I'm sure a lot of you have, but it'll be over there for the time being. Now, as I was saying before that quick interlude, I had my skepticism about this pre-viz pre-effect shot, and I still do, only because it showed up after What If revealed Dr. Zola's green Ultron bots. So I'm kind of a little skeptical here that they would include that in a pre-effect shot that happened to leak after that What If reveal. However, these are out there now, and regardless of those kind of details, we heard initially that Patrick Stewart alongside Hugh Jackman, and this coming from Patrick Stewart himself, turned down Kevin Feige's initial offer to be in this film, but apparently Kevin Feige and Disney, Marvel, they're pretty persuasive, because here we are now with confirmation from multiple sources that indeed Patrick Stewart, Professor X, will be in the upcoming Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. Now, our second report is coming from an even more trusted industry insider, Charles Murphy, over at his editorial Multiverse of Madness, where he indicated that not only is Tom Hiddleston going to show up as Loki in Doctor Strange 2, but really made it feel like he's a confirmed member of the cast and not speculation at this point. And when you take a step back and look how the MCU is treating this, what happened in the Venom post-credit scene that seemingly transported him to the MCU, it looks a lot like no matter what happened in WandaVision and or during that Spider-Man No Way Home trailer, that the events during Loki with Kang in the finale are what's led to this Multiverse of Madness. So you would assume at some point, and not just for the tag-alongs who see the film who haven't seen Loki or the casuals, that they would have to sort of explain all this, and bringing Loki in some capacity actually makes the most sense to do that and wrap that all up. From taking a couple of steps back and looking at it, it would be more awkward if he wasn't in the film than if he was. But I do suspect that King will go on long after Doctor Strange. He's going to be fighting a much different battle against Scarlet Witch and others in this multiverse of madness. King is going to show up in Ant-Man Quantumania down the road, and even further than that, facing off against the Fantastic Four and assumingly Avengers 5 whenever they wrap up this King multiverse saga. That being said, I am not expecting Jonathan Majors King to show up in Multiverse of Madness. I may be wrong, but it seems like there's already enough going on with Wanda as a seeming villain in this. Whether she ends up on Doctor Strange's side or not, I don't think they're going to have room for him as well. Now, the final report comes from Atlanta Filming, again, another trusted industry insider source, tweeting out over the weekend, okay, I found what I think is the source for the Doctor Strange 2 leak, so I will share this since it's on the inner tubes. The quote-unquote leak is that Ghost Rider gets freed from some spiritual prison during all of their kerfluffling, meaning when they're going through the multiverse of madness, he's trapped in some sort of prison. Doctor Strange is going to set him free. Now, we've had rumors about Ghost Rider showing up in this film forever, and over the last 2 years, they've morphed into all sorts of things. At one point, it was Keanu Reeves. We've even heard that Marvel Studios and Kevin Feige, some top brass, actually want Nicolas Cage to come back for that iteration of the character. Those details aside, because that is heavily into speculative territory, I still find it interesting that he mentions some sort of spiritual prison, because as we heard in a lot of the plot leaks for Spider-Man No Way Home, and then seemingly confirmed by, again, a previs or a pre-effect shot that leaked out showing a ton of Spider-Man's road gallery, these multiverse villains, as they leak over, Spider-Man and Doctor Strange rounding them up and putting them in what sort of look like ghostly prisons. That's where you see that character jumping out from behind Tom Hiddleston's Peter Parker. Whether or not that's actually Lizard or Venom, that'll be shown to us very soon. I can't believe we're actually so close to this film. I'm assuming not in the next trailer, but it's still interesting the mention of spirit prisons. Regardless of that detail, Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness is going to be an excellent opportunity for them to introduce a ton of characters, even in a small way. And so while the rumors have maintained that Ghost Rider is going to show up in this film, other details aside, I think there's probably a lot of truth to this, and I'm super hyped for it. But guys, let me know down below all your thoughts. Is Professor X showing up from a different Fox universe a little weird before he makes it into the MCU and we get our own version? I think maybe it's a little bit easier than having Hugh Jackman's Wolverine show up again and making it that much harder on the next Wolverine, because if you see Hugh Jackman, we're just going to want that version of the character. But let me know all your thoughts and reaction down below quickly. Let's get into the giveaway stuff before I let you go. Okay, we're giving away what might be like our 10th or 12th, maybe even 15th PlayStation in the last 3+ years here at the channel. Certainly with our other combined giveaways on Instagram, we've given away so many PlayStations. The next one will be at 900,000 subscribers, PlayStation 5. All you have to do to be entered to win, and for any of the other giveaways like the tickets, etc., hit the subscribe button, leave a comment down below, because it's truly random. The more videos you comment on, the better chance you have of winning. All winners will be announced at the end of videos, the same way we're doing here. The best way to keep up with the content has always been to hit the notification bell with all notifications turned on. And as always, if you like today's video, I'd appreciate it if you'd hit the like button. My name's Michael Roman. You can find me on Instagram and Twitter at IamFires. You can also find me on Spotify, YouTube, Amazon, Apple, wherever you listen to original music under the name All Fires, and I'd sincerely appreciate it if you check that out. Either way, hit the sub button, stick around, guys. I'll see you in the next video.